Hey everyone, I'm just going to do a really quick video on Clang format because there's a link to it in the assignment spec, which obviously will be included by the time you're watching this. But I just want to really simply explain it. So Clang format is 5% of your assignment, and basically what it's saying is that your code has to be formatted correctly. And if it's not for all of your code that you write, and if it's not formatted correctly, you will not get the 5%. You will get 0% for that 5%. So if you don't format your code correctly, you will only get up to 95% of your assignment. Now, what is well-formatted code? That's a good question. It depends who you ask. And in this course, you have to follow what we consider to be well-formatted code. And that is defined in your repository here, .clang format. So if I look at that, you'll see that there's a whole bunch of rules in this Clang format file. It's a bit like a configuration file, and there's a bunch of them, and some of them will be really obvious to you, like column limit 100. That's saying that you can only have 100 characters in a column of code, otherwise you have to fall onto the next line. Many of these are things you would have dealt with from style guides in first year, except this is a bit more of a methodical way to actually define a formatting guide in terms of the style guide. There's other things that determine good style that are picked up by Clang Tidy and the compiler and CMake, but that's not what we're testing for this 5%. The thing is, for you to format your code according to these rules, it would be a bit mean just to ask you to have to format it. So what we instead ask you to do is to run a command, which is down here. It's to run Clang format 11 style dash file -i path to CP file CPP. So you should run this command on every CPP file that you write. Basically, every CPP file in this is what I should say. Every CPP file in test and source folder, you should run this command for. So, for instance, here is the lexicon.cpp. This is the easiest one, really, because well, there's a couple of easy ones that we've written for you, and what I'm going to show you is that if I just unindent everything here, so it's all like this is terribly formatted, right? Because it doesn't follow certain indentation rules and stuff. So rather than try and fix that up, I can simply run Clang format 11 style equals file -i and then source/lexicon.cpp. When I run that, you'll see that it automatically updates the file's formatting. Now, if I just had all this unindented and I didn't have the -i, it would just print out on command line what the correct file should be. So the -i means in place, as in modify the file, please, for me, and save it again. So that's all you have to do for. Clang format. Do that for your files. It's the easiest 5% of your assignment, and it's just to get you familiar with a tool and us demonstrate a tool that helps programmers who are all working on big repositories have code that looks exactly the same, so that as you move around these big code bases, everything is consistent in terms of formatting. So that's all Clang format is. So easy 5%. There you go. 3 marks.